What's up, everybody? King of Fomo here, coming at you with your daily crypto update. Today we're going to be talking about Polygon as well as Meta and why I think these are two assets that are very, very undervalued right now. Even though we're seeing Polygon hit some pretty good jump of price right now at $1.11. Finally, we broke a dollar like I said was going to happen a couple weeks ago. Even though it's up 15% today, I still think this is an asset that's extremely undervalued and has been suppressed for a long time. And Meta is another one. We're going to talk about this one today, down to spot 42. A couple weeks ago, this was an asset that was, top 10. You talk about FANG being the assets that people really want to follow that have done extremely well over time. And Meta slash Facebook is down a significant amount over the past 30 days. So we'll talk about kind of where I see with the future of Meta as well. And why are these things related? Obviously, one of the reasons is we'll talk about it with this tweet. Let's just read this tweet. This is from Sandeep, the co-founder of Polygon, and I wholeheartedly agree with everything on this tweet, and we're going to kind of break down some reasons why as well. It says this. Let's go ahead and read it. It says, "I will not rest until 0x Polygon gets its well-deserved top 3 spot alongside BTC and Ethereum. No other project comes even close. In one day, JP Morgan and Instagram launched with 0x Polygon." So they had partnerships announced with both of these giant companies in one day. This is all in the world's first fully built ZK EVM, zero knowledge EVM mainnet is almost here. It's not a promise of a future of ZK EVM. It's not a fake ZK EVM mainnet's used to lure in its investors, but it's actually a fully built, source code available, verifiable proofs, fully functional, and decently efficient production grade mainnet. See you soon on ZK EVM, which is going to be another huge boost to this coin and just to the ecosystem and to the crypto world overall when ZK EVM does get launched out fully fleshed. So this is a big deal, and honestly, like, seeing these giant partnerships with Polygon on almost a weekly basis is why I've been bullish on Polygon for the past 2 years. I made my first video on my old channel about Polygon back when it was at about 14 cents, and I've been accumulating ever since, and rightfully so. Honestly, this is one coin that, like, there's so many other cryptocurrencies out there, so many other EVM type of cryptos out there, and just cryptos in general that are lackluster, right? Over the past years that they've been out, they haven't really put out enough to really earn their spot of where they are. I mean, we've seen plenty of these. We've talked about Dogecoin and Shiba Inu. Do they really deserve to be in the top 20? Not really, based on what they've put out there. If you're just looking at meme culture, okay. But there's a lot of other coins that are out here too in the top 50 or top 100 that haven't really done enough and are just built on promises. And Polygon is one of the only cryptos out there that fulfills their promises as time goes by, puts out new stuff, continues to develop their coin, and they do a good job with it. You have partners like Facebook, like Meta, like JP Morgan, like Twitter, like Reddit, partnering with Polygon, launching their own products on it successfully, right? And that's a big deal. You have major tech companies trusting Polygon, and it's a system that is available for just the general public to use, and it's nicely built for the general public too. So Polygon is through and through, in my opinion, a giant success over the past couple years. And this goes along with other cryptos. Like, we've seen so many other cryptos suffer massive problems, either massive problems with their code, massive problems with hacks in their systems, liquidity being drained, which, to be fair, isn't necessarily the fault of the coin itself, but Polygon has had almost zero major catastrophic events since this crypto was incepted. I mean, that's a huge deal in itself, along with the fact that they had so many partnerships. And that's why I am genuinely surprised that Polygon has not had a massive uptick in price over the past 2 years. I mean, we just saw one over the past couple of days going from about close to about $5 billion market cap, $6 billion market cap, all the way up to $9 billion. So we've jumped up about $2 billion over the past couple of weeks here, which is nice to see. But honestly, with all that has been happening and coming out with Polygon, this is a long time coming. Honestly, you've had a lot of time to accumulate this token, I think, at a low price of below $1, because I do believe, just like Sandeep says, it deserves to be in the top 3 spot with Bitcoin and Ethereum. And we're not really going to count Tether because I don't really count stable coins when it comes to market cap. And so I'm going to say with BNB. And I do believe that Polygon belongs up there. So what does that mean for the price of this coin? If the creator of the coin itself sees that it's a possibility, many other people agree with it, and I'm one of them. I do think that this is a possibility as well. So again, Polygon is sitting here at rank 11. Seeing it, and this is kind of my next goal, seeing it pass Solana, because I do think that this is a coin that does better than Solana. Solana's another one, like major controversies, and Solana's been in top 10 for a long time, in what I think is not as deserved as Polygon. Polygon has deserved that spot a little bit more. Solana is a super fast blockchain, yes, but the downtime that it's had and the other controversies that it's had over the past couple of years is a pretty big, thorn in its foot. It's not a functional blockchain to work with the financial world if you're going to be down entirely for multiple days at a time, multiple times a year. So I do think that Polygon can easily pass this number 10 rank based on its merits alone. That would put it at $1.31, putting it where Solana is. And even with things like Cardano is impressive in its own right for different reasons. They've had slow development, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. But it just goes to show that Polygon has been putting out more good stuff, and it's not like what we're seeing from Polygon. You guys can follow Twitter. I'm not going to mention every single project development and partnership that they've done, but the thing is, since they're doing it at a quick rate and it's happening they're not putting out garbage at a quick rate, like we see with plenty of other coins. I think that even it deserves a spot higher than Cardano with those merits alone in the past 2 years. So that would put it rank 9, up 46%, up to $1.61. And if you guys get super bullish on this like Sandeep and you think that it belongs in the spot of where BNB is, and honestly, this is another one. I do believe that BNB is propped up because, it's the number one exchange is EVM coin. But does that mean BNB has done as much as Polygon has done for partnerships and development? No, not even close, not by a long shot. So I do believe that Polygon deserves its spot where BNB is if we compare it to these other EVM type coins. So that would put it at rank 4 at a potential price of $6.41. So that is how bullish I am on this. Now, was this going to happen tomorrow? I don't think so. But there's a lot of reasons why I think that this could be something that we're seeing soon, because there hasn't really been any other cryptos that have been competitive enough to belong in that top 5 spot where Polygon, I believe, should be. So the other thing to note before I kind of rant on too much about Polygon, I do want to talk a little bit about Meta. So as Sandeep said, Polygon did partner with Meta, with Instagram. And essentially what they're doing is they're going to allow people on Instagram to mint their own NFTs on Instagram and be able to work in that system with Instagram and Polygon at the same time. So that's a pretty big deal. And there's a lot of use cases that you can see with users minting their own NFTs on Instagram. And we won't talk about that too much in this video, but I do think that it is a process that will be used from creators, all kinds of different creators. We're not talking just like ape pictures on here. We're talking about real world use cases for these NFTs on Instagram. And I'm looking forward to seeing kind of what people are going to do with them in the future. So that's going to be rolled out in sort of a test phase for a small select number of people, and then it's going to be rolled out to everyone pretty soon here. I would assume within the next 6 to 8 months. And that's a kind of a long shot in my opinion too. But nonetheless, partnering with Instagram or the Meta company is a huge deal. Meta has trusted Polygon with this and even a few other things. I think they're doing some things with Facebook too. But Meta is another asset or stock that I think is greatly undervalued and way oversold right now at $88. Now, this is the thing. A lot of people, like the general mindset for Facebook is Facebook bad, right? Facebook bad because they're wasting all of their money on the metaverse. And if you guys, I mean, just do your research on it. Don't just follow the horde when it comes to opinions like this, because I mean, the horde is generally very, very stupid when it comes to really formulating opinions about things, and they latch onto something and it grows like cancer, and I think that's the case with Meta and the metaverse that they're pushing out. A couple of people don't like it, so everybody's saying that it's a giant waste of all of Meta's money. Now, here's my thoughts on Meta, and generally I don't talk about stocks too much on this channel because this is a crypto channel, but here it is anyway. I think that Zuckerberg and the Meta company expected a giant drop in the stock price this year. It makes sense. Why? Because what Meta is doing with Facebook in particular is they're working with a platform, Facebook, that is no longer relevant, right? It's outdated. Facebook 5 years ago, 10 years ago was revolutionary, new, people loved it, people kind of connected with their friends. It was a place to post all of your pictures. It was a place to get videos and share videos with other people. But now the internet has grown and has individual kind of platforms for each of the niche areas that Facebook previously had. So Facebook as a platform is very, very outdated. And I don't think that people should expect growth from Facebook at all in the next 2 or 3 years if they continued doing even close to the same thing of what they're doing right now with Facebook. It's just going to continue to stagnate and continue to become even more outdated if Facebook stayed the course with what they were doing before. So what does that mean? And I'm sure that Zuckerberg knows this, and everyone in the Facebook company knows it. They have to go for a revolutionary change, and they have to kind of step outside of the boundaries of their comfort zone and of everyone's comfort zone in order to look for the next step or the next entry level to the internet, right? And you know, they're not going to do it cheaply and just slap something else on top of Facebook, right? You know, slap short videos on top of Facebook and push that out, because they already have that on Instagram, that's already on YouTube, that's already on TikTok. They need to do something brand new to really, really stand out there and to continue to keep their top spot. So I think the metaverse was required. Nobody else is doing what Meta is doing with the metaverse, right? Nobody else is developing the things that they're developing behind the scenes. And you guys can look at this. I mean, watch videos, watch relevant videos, like this guy Linus, and even the other tech guy that's on here on YouTube. Watch unbiased reviews of the metaverse and the headset and everything about that. I'm bullish on the metaverse overall as it develops. I mean, it's going to start off slow, but I do think that just like with Facebook starting off slow, if it does catch on, they're going to have the entire chunk of metaverse controlled by them. And again, if it does catch on, if they strike gold with this, it is a guarantee, almost a guarantee, that Meta will be in that top 10 spot again very, very quickly. But if they do nothing, it's a guarantee or close to a guarantee that they're going to continue to stagnate and go down. So that's my thought process on Meta overall. You just gotta do a little bit more research on the product that they're trying to put out. And you do have to have a little bit of faith, right? Nobody knows the future. Nobody knows how much the headset and the metaverse is going to catch on. Nobody knows. But a lot of people pretend that they know, and they pretend that it's going to completely flop for no reason. So that's my thoughts on Meta. And here's the summary and how that relates to Polygon overall. If Meta does become successful with their metaverse and they retake that top 10 spot, you guys have to understand, with Polygon's partnership with Instagram, and them becoming more close with the Meta platform. Meta with its rejuvenated top 10 spot, it's going to be unstoppable if it does capture that metaverse area, and nobody else is there yet, right? Nobody's going to be even close to catching up with them if it becomes popular and catches on. And them being partnered up with Polygon, there's definitely going to be some metaverse stuff related to Polygon on Meta. And what's that going to do for the price of Polygon and for the coin and for the token and for the ecosystem overall? It's going to really, really deserve its top spot right there with Ethereum and BTC, maybe even rank 2. And if we see Polygon at rank 2, you're looking at a price of $21, or maybe even more liberally about $8 a piece. So that is just some of the things that I'm looking forward to in the future. Honestly, this isn't that far out. I don't think that we're looking 10 years down the line. I think we're looking 2 or 3 years down the line once we start to see these things really solidify. So let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. I know that was a lot to unpack here, but of course, we're going to see some pullback with Polygon, obviously, just like with any other asset. If something goes up a lot, it's going to go down a lot. But the number that you guys want to pay attention to at all times for Polygon, honestly, right now, it's kind of silly to look at USD for all cryptos. So I'm going to zoom out here and just look. I compare things to Ethereum because I think Ethereum is the next #1 crypto. But as you can see, over the past year, Polygon has kind of slumped, which doesn't make sense to me with the partnerships they've been having. You had a lot of time to buy back in and to accumulate, and now it's coming back to the level that it sort of belongs at, coming close to its previous all-time high in Ethereum, sitting at about 0.0007 ETH. Previous all-time high for Ethereum was about 0.00076 ETH. So it's going to break that pretty soon here. All right, guys, I'll catch you in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll talk more about Polygon in a more organized fashion. I just wanted to kind of dump my thoughts out on this. Like, comment, subscribe, and again, I'm over on Patreon if you want to get access to my videos earlier than everyone else, maybe 12 hours to 1 day earlier than everyone else here on YouTube. Consider subscribing to be over there on Patreon. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.